Yes guys, it's Jando. Today we're going to be looking at how to make a big fat foghorn. Now, it's 2024, foghorns are making a return, I can guarantee it. So today we're going to be having a look at how to make a big fat dirty foghorn. Right, let's jump straight into it. This is what the bass sounds like in this tune I'm working on at the moment.
Take them away! Kill them! Stop! Kill them! Take them away! Take them away! Kill them! Stop!
Yeah, that's the track. Yeah, let's jump straight into how I made the patch. So yeah, to start off with this patch, we are gonna open oscillator A, oscillator B, and the sub oscillator. And on oscillator A, we're gonna have digital, and then we're gonna have dirty saw. Then oscillator B, we go down here to analog basic shapes. Then I'm gonna push our wavetable position here up to 68. What I've got mine set to, and we're gonna change the wavetable position of oscillator B to position 2. I'm going to take the random all the way down both, hit the level all the way down on both as well. Then I'm going to drop this here -2 octaves, and then we're going to do +1 octave on oscillator B. Now that we've got the oscillators out of the way, we're then going to head over to the sub oscillator. We're going to drop this -1 octaves and drop the level all the way down as well. We're also going to enable the direct out. Now we're going to do our LFO shape. So for our LFO shape here, we're just going to make this big kind of boxy down ramp like this. This is the kind of shape that we're going for here, something like that. And then we're going to set our rate to 1-2. We're actually going to set to 1-2 dot. So let's enable dot down the bottom here and do 1-2 dot. And then we're going to enable trigger. Now we're going to start assigning LFO1 to a few things. So we're going to assign it to the level here. We're going to assign that at 43. I'm going to assign it to the level of the sub oscillator at 100. Okay, next we're going to turn on our filter. For our filter, we're going to go down to MISC, and we're going to do add bass. Once we've got our filter on, we're going to turn on oscillator B, noise, D track. We'll bring this down here to about 62 Hertz. Push our res up here to 63%. We're going to boost our drive slightly, probably to about between 10 and 15%. Then we're going to leave everything else as is, and now we're going to assign our LFO to the cutoff and the res. For the cutoff, we're going to pull this all the way back to 6. For our res, we're going to pull it back here to about 22. Perfect. So, have a quick listen. Very plain, boring sound at the moment, but that's fine. We're going to continue the sound here, press it even more. So next we're going to turn on our FM from B. And we're going to leave it all the way down to 0 for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our mod knob here and assign it to our FM. I push this up here to 50%. Pull this back here to 85, 84. Okay, cool. Now that we've done that, we're going to head over to our LFO2 now. And on that LFO2, we're going to assign this to the level of oscillator A again. And we're going to assign that as 65. And here we're going to set it to trigger. Then we're going to do 116. And this is going to give us that wobble. So we're going to lower this. That's going to give us that wobble kind of noise. So that's everything we need to do on this page. Over to our FX tab. And in our FX tab, we're going to turn on our distortion, hue, hyperdimension, followed by filter and compressor. So for a distortion here, we're going to do tube distortion. We're going to leave this off here, drive to 20, leave this at 25%. Then we're also going to assign the LFO to it here, 100 like that. Next for our EQ, we'll do a low pass on this. Tweak up here, drag Q back to about 47%, that'll do. Leave our gain. Pull our freak back on this one to pretty much straight down the middle. Same with the Q, which is going to slightly offset it to about 50, 53% is fine. Push our gain up as well, probably to about 10 dB. That'll do, perfect. Okay, so now for a hyperdimension, we're going to leave our rate as is. We're going to push our detune to about 78%. So our mix all the way down to about 7% as well. We put our size down here. Leave our mix, boost our mix slightly to about 2%. Find this 26. Starting to get them tones come out a little bit more now, which is nice. Now I'm moving on to our filter. We're going to go here to misc and head down to reverb. Now this is normally quite a harsh filter to work with, but I'm going to make it work here. So 486, we're going to do on our cutoff. We're going to leave our res as is. We're going to boost our drive slightly, looking at about 25%. Same with the damp, we're going to boost as well to about 25%. Pan going to stay the same, but now we're going to pull our mix down to mix this in a little bit so it's not too harsh. So I'm going to go with about 45% there. And now we're starting to get some really nice tones. Okay, so next for our compressor, we're going to pull this back here to about negative 9.5. 9.6 is fine. We're going to have our ratio on 2:1. That we're just going to boost slightly to about 130. 137 is fine. Push our release up as well. Then we're going to boost our gain about 10 dB. Pull back on our mix a little bit here. Okay, so this is what we've got for our patch, and this is everything for the patch. So now we're also going to look at doing some automation. So if we look at my automation tab on my original bass, got some automation on our pitch bends, and we do also have automation FM as well, which is grayed out. So yeah, we're going to do some automation here. So for the automation, I'm just going to copy this myself quickly, and we're going to look at assign that to oh no, we're going to do this to this FM macro. Yeah, so we're going to start at 0.62 and go down here to 0.38 before going back up to 0.62. The reason we do this is because there's like a little stab on the end of the sound. So to create this little stab on the end of our sound, we just need to push our attack here about 220. And then we're going to leave the hold as is. We're going to pull our decay back to about 494. That'll do. Sustain's going to stay as is. And then we're going to boost that release to about 136. I'm type in 136 there. And then, yeah, perfect. So now this is going to give us like a little stab on the end of it. A little stab there. Cool. So we're going to have that little stab be boosted back up. Yeah, we're going to keep that on there, and now we've got our FM. So that is the patch. And now we're going to look at our post-processing, because with it on, we get that full sound now. So for our post-processing here, we've got a plus 2.86 dB boost on our drive on the analog clip. So we're just giving it a little boost with our saturator. And then we've got decapitator here. So we're going, we're at 0.3 on the drive. And we're not actually doing anything else. We're literally just giving it a little boost in the saturation on decapitator. And then here we're using FabFilter Saturn 2. So for this one, I've used the clean tape preset. We're using negative 5.9, 10, negative 5, plus 4.9 there. And then reverb, obviously. This is what I feel like creates a lot of these sounds and gives them the nice tones. And obviously like nice tail end and width and stuff like that. So we've got 1.09 and 20%, 20.2% on the mix. And then we're doing like this quite harsh low mid cut here. We're not actually using tower reverb. We've got a little bit of compression going on there. We've got a boost on like EQ as well here. We've done a 1.9 dB boost on 5.4 kilohertz. And then we've got another EQ here, which is again taking off the lows and then giving another little boost in this section here. So we're doing a plus 2 dB boost on like 4.5k hertz. Yeah, that's the sound. A nice little stabby, a nice little Foghorn sound. And then the stabby bit, so obviously I've got this section here. So what I've done for this sound, is I've taken the stab of the end of the at the end of the Foghorn and just sampled it out to audio, and then just resampled it like this basically. So we've got, so it just pitches down 1 to a D sharp, because these are an E, so it goes E E D sharp to create that little. Yeah, the reason as well, obviously these sounds are a lot harsher. We're also doing some parallel compression. So we're parallel compressing here to our bass parallel compression, and then I'm also parallel compressing to some reverb as well, -15. So this should give us a very accurate sound now. Yeah, that's the sound. That's how you make a big dirty Foghorn, because Foghorns are 100% coming back. Also, before we end off the video, if you want to get sample packs, preset packs, all of that jazz, I've got some really sick packs up on my website, jandodnb.com, so go and check them out. If you message me on Instagram, I'll give you a 50% discount code to the first, let's say, 5 people that message me. I'll give you a 50% discount code for the whole bundle, so you'll be able to get the bundle for 30 quid instead of 60, which is a shitload of samples, a shitload of presets. Yeah, nice one. Drop me a message.